should be preparing. Okay, here we go. Hey, Laura, I have to tell you, I apologize to everybody. Technical difficulties just when you think everything is going great. My internet was going weird. We had storms this morning. Jump on Zoom. Zoom has to do an update. Go figure, right? And so anyways, we are here and I'm happy we're here. Lori, how you doing? You look great. How's it going?
So do you, Deb. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I was kind of scary with those storms, and now the sun's out. Is the sun out by you?
It started to come out and then it's back in and then I don't know. So you know what? I think we have to we can't take any of these storms lightly like we used to a little bit because they've gotten pretty vicious. So I think that we all have to be like in alert and watch your weather apps and stuff because just to be careful, you know? So anyways, but as usual, Laura, you came up with a great one. I am excited because you know what? We've been talking a lot about natural remedies and all like things that we have access to. And you found one that was really cool. I'm excited about this topic. So with that, I'm just going to turn it over to you.
Sounds good. You know, an apple a day may keep the doctor away. I'm sure you guys, we all grew up with that saying, you know. But you know what? Fruits and vegetables and herbs have been used for centuries to cure common colds and all kinds of stuff. But today we're so used to going out and getting medicine for it. But you know what? If we look at these different things and say, you know what, we're not going to take any of the chemicals or any of this medicine that you buy over the counter or at the store, because we get just first of all, it's expensive. Second of all, you know, it's like we put one more thing in our body, but there's so many ailments that they could cure, stuff like acne, gout, nausea, even snoring. And so maybe we should look at all these natural remedies. I can't even talk. But the first one we got here is chocolate for a cough. Now, I never knew this. Chocolate, darker the healthier, contains class of antioxidants called flavonoids. These plant-based compounds provide health benefits to your body cells. So they did a study that of older women and men, they had 2 cups of hot chocolate every day. They had better blood flow than people that didn't. Isn't that interesting? The other thing about doing that is it's your sugar, and a lot of elderly people have diabetes. But still, it's just interesting to find that out. And but it's able to cure a cough. It's supposed to subside the cough, and that's interesting. Do you know anything about that, Deb?
No, but I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, I know 2 people that I know in particular that do have random coughs and they get it a lot from having, they say it's allergy related. Well, it's saying that the chocolate has got ability to coat the mucous membrane. So a lot of people that have those coughs, they've got that mucus. So I'm going to tell them about this and I'm sure they'll be pleasantly happy to hear that because if you got to have chocolate, I love chocolate. So that's a problem for me.
Crazy. They're saying it years ago, this was more effective than codeine was. So that's something you should look up. You know, this makes sense now because my boyfriend, Gary, he eats a lot of chocolate before he goes to bed. And he has problems with coughs. And it seems like it subsides in the evening. I got to tell him about this. Look
Crazy.
it up. Chocolate for coughs. Debbie, you want to go into the next one?
Yeah, you know what? This one is in my alley, but I never knew this. Black tea for brittle hair. Okay, crazy. Okay, so it talks about how you can, people who drink black tea regularly can also lower the risk of ovarian cancer, which I think is really crazy. But also, it talks about like different ways, like it can prevent arthritis and lung cancer. And so I know in my household, we do drink tea in the evening, like decaffeinated tea, and we usually do a green tea. But black tea, I mean, I'm gonna look at getting that next time. I mean, I think tea in general, we did a whole segment, if anybody hasn't seen it, on teas. And I have, when we get further on, I do have a tea recipe too that's supposed to be good for like aji in your stomach and things like that too. We'll have to talk about. But also, I just think it's really great that we can pick something that you probably have in your cabinet, you know? And so I love it. Okay. So
I love
that's
it.
what I got to say.
the idea about how it says when you wash your hair with it stimulates hair growth and improves strength and elasticity of each strand of hair. It prevents brittleness and breaking. It's
I'm
all
wondering. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
to say it adds a dark hue and natural shine. So that's not a bad idea for tea, you know?
I would say that your bleach blonde people might not want to do that because can you imagine it could darken your like pretty color that you might have had, but it's good to know, right? It's definitely good to know. Anyways, but all right, Laura, turning it back to you.
Great. Basil and celery soup for blood pressure. This is
Oh,
interesting.
good.
If you're suffering from high blood pressure, a bowl of basil and celery soup might be just what you need. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The ability to reduce inflammation. Celery is a vegetable whose minerals are soothe the nervous system. So if you have it does anti-inflammatory purposes, it also gives you vitamin K. And it's just something you might want to use. They say if you drink the soup that you have ability to reduce your blood pressure, high blood pressure.
I have something to add to that. Anybody who likes to do any juicing, drinking pure celery juice is supposed to be really good for that. It's also supposed to be really good for your stomach, and it's supposed to give you a lot of antioxidants, like it says in here. But the only problem that happens, as we can all know, is that you definitely need quite a bit to get an abundant amount. But a lot of times, just having like a shot of it is good. When we were on vacation, they had a lot of shots of different things that had different components, everything from kale and even avocado and all this stuff, and you just do it in the morning and it's supposed to like be a boost of vitamins. So this is all tied together, which is great.
What's really funny is Debbie's going to be going to the doctor with her husband this afternoon, and I'm going with Gary, the doctor, this afternoon too, to check some blood work and stuff. So we're going to talk to the doctor about this stuff. I think it's hysterical.
I do too. Yeah.
A lot of people know this, but it was something that was brought up and I like it. And it's honey for a cough. Suppress your cough. 2 teaspoons of honey before bedtime helps suppress their cough. Okay. And it also helps kids sleep. Did you know that? There's just, you can't give it to babies though, because something in the honey, it says here, a risk of infant botulism. So you a baby or anything. Debbie, anything with honey with you?
Yes, I got a great thing to say. If you've ever gone to a farmer's market or you go to some of these local stores that have your local honey from the beekeepers that are around in your area, it's very significant because as long as you buy honey that was actually like produced within 300 miles of your location, it has components in it that will actually help you combat your allergies from that area. Okay. And then I also learned, and if you go up to some of these people at these booths, they love talking about it. It's their passion. They'll tell you that each season of honey that's produced has a different flavor. So if you've ever buy some honey from a farmer's market and it's a little bit more bitter, that means that was more of a fall, darker honey that was produced. Don't think that those people don't sell good honey. You just happen to buy it from that grouping. Usually they have the grouping sitting out and you can tell the difference in color between the lighter and as it gets darker. And I'm pretty sure if I have this right, the lighter is the sweeter and the one that we're used to. The darker is the one that has more of a pungent, little bit stronger, different flavor. Okay. So don't think you got the wrong kind of honey. Like you got maybe your wrong choice for your flavor, but the honey itself is good. It's not bad. Okay. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that's really interesting. And it's really interesting that I never thought about, we're doing this and there's all these farmers markets going on where they have a lot of this stuff. So I'm glad we're doing this. So the next one, and I never heard this before, beets for dandruff. But it can help you with tiredness. Beets can help you with mood swings. And of course, beets with dandruff, for dandruff, which I never heard. Beets are called the superfood because of the vast amount of nutrients and minerals they provide. Eat beets and give your body vitamins A, C, and B6. as well as magnesium, folic acid, folic and soluble fiber and antioxidants. Okay. Beets can give you energy when you're feeling tired. Folate and betaine that contain can help improve your mood, also curb depression. So, and also you can mix up and you put it in your hair. You know, you put it in boiling water, make kind of like a thing with the beets, you know, like how it gets red and stuff like that. And you it's a bad explanation, but yeah, you boil it down, you let it cool off, and then use it like a shampoo. And it fights against white flakes. Did you know there's a white beet? Have you ever seen a white beet?
No, that's interesting because I haven't bought them for a while, but I'm gonna now buy some. I buy them and I will bake these in the oven and then cut them into slices and then kind of roast them a little. They're so good.
Well, I bet you in the air fryer would be great.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
Yeah, so this is great. You know, we all get tired in late afternoon before dinner, and this is a great thing to have around the house. Okay.
Word of caution though. When you go to the bathroom, I just want to mention that some stuff comes out red. Don't think you're bleeding. Okay. Because honest to God, somebody could get scared if they didn't know that. So things do come out on both ends red. Go ahead.
Now, the next one I know very well, and that's cherries for gout. I am a person that gets gout, and I've bought cherry juice before. You could get it in the produce section. It comes in as a liquid. It's very, very, very tart because it's just cherries that are just very tart. It's like extracted, so it's just really, really tart. I'm losing it today. And it also helps with a lot of other things, painful arthritis, anything to do with that. Does anybody know what gout is? Gout is when you have high uric acid in your system. And what happens is that the uric acid forms into crystals on your joints. Okay. And it goes to your feet first because it's the lowest part of yours. And what happens is your toes or your feet and stuff like that, they get crystallized where the joints are and you can't move it. And it's like glass breaking and when you're moving your feet and you're trying to walk. So look at cherries for gout and other things and for arthritis. Go ahead, Deb, you could go with the next one.
Well, anybody like ginger? Okay, so ginger is really good in a lot of different things. We've bought ginger before. We've boiled it down and made tea out of it. I was mentioning earlier, I'll just mention this really quick too, because I don't want to forget. A bay leaf and lemon, and you could put ginger in there, but a bay leaf and lemon boiled and made into like a tea is really good for your tummy. But ginger is also very soothing. So ginger, we buy ginger chews, okay, and they sell them at Trader Joe's, but they also sell them on Amazon, and they're like they kind of like a little squishy. And if you have a little tummy ache, they're really good for that. Okay. But in this article here, it's talking about the arthritis, which is really good. And you can buy your ginger at your local grocery store. And what's interesting is that you can, add it into recipes and stuff. And it's great. It's a super good anti-inflammatory, anti-ulcer. That's why you get a little bit of it put into like the tea. And it has so many really good properties, and it influences the stomach and the intestines to reduce the feeling of nausea. And that's why the ginger chews have become very, very big. Ginger also is served a lot with sushi. Okay. And when they make it and it's that little thing, oh my God, it's so good. And I love it. Like, that's really good. I wish I got to learn how to make it that way just to have it. Cause I think it would really go really good in salads. Cause it's got a little bit of like more of a, must put some kind of twang in there. I don't know what to explain it tastes like, but anyways, it's just really good in so many different things. And it also is been proven to decrease the pain associated with rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis. So altogether, really good. So that's it.
I used to sell the flower ginger in my flower shop. I used to sell a lot of them. It's beautiful.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, the next one is pretty cool. Lemon juice and yogurt for stinky breath. Have you ever heard of that, Deb? I haven't.
Never.
learning some new stuff and it's pretty cool.
Me too.
So I'm have to see here. There's nothing worse than bad breath. You know how that is.
Mhm.
Citrus fruit is packed with vitamin C, and vitamin C, well, we've talked about this a lot lately, is very good for your body. Okay. And so what it does, it helps prevent the bacteria that grows in your mouth.
Right.
Seen a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice with water and salt and gargling regularly should keep cowboy boot out of your mouth. And so combine this with unsweetened yogurt and you should be golden for 12 to 24 hours. The yogurt's probiotics compete with replace the stinky bacteria. That's awesome.
That is awesome. I just also want to throw in there too, because I looked ahead and we don't have this one on there, and it just to kind of snip it in is coconut oil. Also, coconut pulling is really good for your teeth and all that, and also for health of your gums and different things too. So if anybody, you can always look that up online and find out and just say coconut oil pulling.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. And you know what's so funny is ever since we did that one topic about that, I've been doing that every day and I love it. My teeth are getting whiter. I love it.
You know what? It naturally does whiten your teeth, and it's good for stuff. And I got to get back into that. I actually have it on my list. I got to make an Aldi's run today, so I'm definitely going to get some.
Good. Go ahead, Deb. You can go with it.
Okay, how about lavender oil for bug bites? Guys, this is something I've never seen before. I do know that if you go outside and you're in the outdoor elements and you are not one that wants to use regular traditional bug spray, Avon's got one that you can use with their stuff, okay, that helps repel. But we usually use Listerine mouthwash, and we put it in a spray bottle, and that will help you. But for those bugs that get you, this lavender is great because this lavender can help also battle not only bug bites, but acne and pain and different areas. I've heard of lavender. There's a whole line of many places you can find this, but sticks that look like a pen, thicker than a pen, thicker than this with a roller ball on it. And you can find ones that have lavender. You can find ones that have things for aromatherapy, for de-stressing, all kinds of stuff. And something like that would really be nice to have on hand, because if you have to get that little bug bite, you can use that little like thing. Now, because most people are probably not going to have lavender around, or potentially lavender oil. So if you're looking for something on the easier side, you know, a lot of the stores, even like Fresh Time, carry some of these, but your Whole Foods do, and also Fruitful Yield is another one. Obviously online you can find things, but also giving a plug to the naturopath, Linda. She's got, I was in there just about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. She's got a full, like, she's got so much, you know. So if you're looking for remedies and stuff, that's really a great place. But the oil like this is all natural, and you put it on your skin. It also says to put it on your skin before venturing out. Some insects won't bite you, but I really feel like I've noticed that there are some people that get bit more than others. So it must be your chemistry, you know, like, because some people are like, oh, I never got bit, and then this person's got bites all over them, you know. So that's a cool thing. So anything else, Laura, you want to add to that?
You know, the Avon's got that skin so soft, and I know now why I didn't really get bug bites as a kid. I would bathe in that every single day because I had dry skin, and now I know why. But, you know, we have so much more to talk about. I know we're kind of short on time. We're going to just do more.
Yeah. Okay.
Papaya for pimples. I never heard this one before.
Nope.
Papaya is a tropical fruit that is loaded with vitamins. It's got vitamin A, which is good for your eyes, immune system, and cell growth. It's got vitamin C, which boosts your immunity, protects our DNA and free radicals, and helps us to heal wounds.
Wow.
It's vitamin K and vitamin E. And, you know, I guess consumed, it has higher water content, helps keep skin soft and smooth. When blended in a paste, you can use it as a hydrating face mask. You can even use the juice on a cotton ball to fight acne, pimples, and blemishes. Eating ripe, raw papaya regularly can clear your skin of blemishes. Wow, that is amazing. I can't wait to tell my daughter that.
Absolutely. I'm going to share that with some people I can too. You know, God intended everything that was grown from the earth to have a purpose for our bodies. Okay. And a lot of times people don't look at it that way, but when you really do, there's so much out there.
Yeah, there is. There is. Like this next one, cove oil and olive oil for toothache. You know, I don't think we talked about that when we were talking about toothpaste. This is new to me.
No, and this is another thing for these oils. If you're looking for them and you can't find them, you know, the places like we just mentioned will have them
We,
because they can be kind of hard to find. You know what's really crazy? It also says it's a key ingredient in it's a key ingredient in the Mediterranean diet. Olive oil has been associated with the decreasing risk of heart disease. So
wow.
certain oils, okay, there's so many of them. There obviously olive oil, there's your Mediterranean style oils and your Italian style oils, and then you've got your olive oils like an olive, and like that there's some of them are segregated, and then there's also your avocado oils and your I mean there's so many of them, and so a lot of these are really great. It also talks about how at the cellular level will help your circulatory system. You know,
Yes.
so it's crazy. I think that, you know, any of the stuff that we're talking about, honestly, you know, putting some of the cloves in there, these things, all of these are going to help benefit you in some way. You might not notice it, but it might be internal, but this is really cool. But this whole thing about a toothache, I know, Lori, you've suffered from toothaches. My daughter has a toothache right now. And I love this disclaimer on here. Of course, it will help the pain, but it's not going to fix what's going on. You need to see the dentist. And that can be a serious thing. You need to find out. But for being able to get some relief, combining the two oils together is supposed to be awesome. So,
Yeah,
anyway.
I've never seen clove oil. I have to look into that.
I'm gonna start looking too. Oh, there is a place. I'll post it. My girls went to in Glen Ellen, Illinois, but I bet you they do online ordering. They sell oils in small containers and they brought home infused oils. One was infused with lemon, one was infused with something else. I'll bet you they have stuff like that over there.
I would
It's a
like,
cute little store. Yeah. I'll put a screenshot of the brochure. It's called Olive and something, and they have olives there too. Olives that are like literally really good. But moving on to the next one, Laura, how's this one?
oh, yeah. Go ahead, Deb.
I was just going to reminds me of a spoonful of sugar. Let's go down. I don't have a good voice. But it does for hiccups. But you guys, a spoonful of sugar, I'm going to just say a warning here. Think about how much sugar that is. That's kind of a lot. But if you need it, I mean, if you're desperate, you got to do what you got to do, right? But it's on some kind of, there's a vagus nerve here or something. And what it does is it sends a message and it helps the organs to communicate with the brain. But I will say hiccups in pregnant women are usually from the baby because I know I used to have them. My girls have had them. But I don't know. It's interesting. Sugar, you know, I don't know.
I remember using it with my kids. I really
Yeah.
do. It's
Yeah.
something and I get the hiccups too. I want to do that, but I can't have the sugar. So that's
Yeah.
18. I hope everybody's getting excited about all these different things. It's crazy. It's absolutely neat to know all this stuff.
Absolutely. Here circles back one, Lori, that we were just talking about, like that we both love in our ethnic parts. So olive oil, what do you think?
Well,
Soaring.
you use olive oil and everything,
Yeah.
the salads and pizza, everything, being from the Mediterranean areas, our ancestors and stuff. But it also has a lot of medical benefits. Fights breast cancer tumors, lowers bad cholesterol, it soothes burns and cures earaches. It can even help chapped lips. Well, what kind of makes sense with that? But the biggest surprise is that taking a swig or two of olive oil before bedtime can actually help you stop snoring. Oh God, that's hilarious. I gotta give that to Gary to try.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
That is amazing. I want to check that out. It has an anti-inflammatory properties that influence the tissues to along with respiratory passages, while the oil itself coats the throat muscles. Of course, this is a remedy that depends on the cause of the snoring. Okay, snoring could be from sleep apnea and all that kind of stuff, and that probably won't do that. But the idea of coating the throat is a great idea. I never thought of that. That is amazing.
Again, something that a staple that most Italians and most everybody uses olive oil in some capacity. Isn't that crazy?
Well, how about doing two more? Because they're the one.
Yeah, well, let's do the two more real quick, and we got this. Okay, well, actually, there's just three, and we'll be done. Cinnamon tea. We're just gonna touch on this quickly. It says cinnamon tea for weight loss. Okay, guys, if you're anything you can do if you're on that journey of trying to lose weight, anything you can pull out of the toolbox, right? This is the toolbox that we're talking about, right, of life, and it helps your belly. I actually have to stop somewhere to get some stuff today, and I'm gonna get some of the two kinds of tea that we talked about because I think they're really great to have on hand. But I'll tell you what, if it can help you and soothe you, and cinnamon has got a really big thing about balancing your blood sugar. So I don't know if you ever knew that, but it's really big.
Yeah.
Let's just glaze over that, but let's go. The last two, I think that us as women and also other people too, the two next fruits are very significant in helping two opposite things, which anybody who knows that if you have either or, it's the worst. Watermelon for constipation, guys. I'm telling you, watermelon is amazing because there's so much water in there, but it's got so many antioxidants in there, high vitamin C, boosts your immune system, heals wounds. It's high in lycopene, and it plays a very, very big role in helping you with preventing cancer and also heart disease. So I think we figure this as sometimes a summer fruit, but I think you should think about if you can get it all year round. So I'm going to turn it to you, Laura.
All right, next we got bananas for diarrhea. I've known that for years. You know, I've always known that bananas offer amazing surprise and benefits. It helps overcome depression, helps the muscles, and protect against cramps during workouts, reduces PMS, and aid the weight loss, relieve anemia, and lower blood pressure, but as well as for diarrhea. So, you know, there's a lot of these things are stuff that we get at the grocery store. I don't see any of it being a problem for any of us to do, but I would suggest that you look at this, and I could put the list down on our Facebook page and look at some of these properties and have them around the house. And next time one of these things happen, try them or just eat them to get the vitamins out. Amazing.
I agree. And I was just going to say, if you post maybe the link to this that we just shared, and I'll just take a screenshot of the brochure that I have on hand that came from the place with the olive oil. And I know that'll be helpful for people to find a place because they may do online order. If you're not local here, you may be able to get it anyways, or at least find a place in your area. But I think these are all really good things, you know, that we've covered, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it is. So, you know, we late today, but we're on, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day and enjoy the weather in the Chicago area. It's going to be hot the next few days. And I know across country has been hot too. So
absolutely. Well, Laura, I appreciate it. And I know we want to get this wrapped up because I know people have a timely fashion and we both got appointments, but man, thank you guys for tuning in and being patient with our delay. And we just want to close it. Laura, do you want to close it out for us?
Well, you guys have a great day. Enjoy the weather. And I'm Lori.
And I'm Debbie.
We're friends helping friends. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.